Hi, and welcome to the Bloomsburg University Wrestling Report. I'm Tom McGuire, along with Bloomsburg University head wrestling coach Marcus Gordon. The Huskies are coming off a loss to Michigan State on this past Saturday by a score of 31-12. Marcus dropped the first 6 bouts of the match, but the guys really never gave up and won 3 of the final 4. You had to be happy with the way they hung in there.
No, I was happy the way they fought. Most of the matches we competed hard. On the same hand, the first 6 bouts, I try to stress with the guys, if we're not out there trying to score points, it was pretty hard to win the matches. And from the previous week to this week, last week the first 7 matches we were in on the first takedown of the match. This week we didn't have a single takedown in the first 6 matches. So that's something that we really need to improve on. But like I said, each week we're seeing small things that we're getting better at. And then obviously we had a few wins there at the end, and little Willie Gerard, he came away with a pin in the final match at 125. So it was nice to at least finish up the duel in a strong fashion.
Yeah, you got the first win with Kyle Murphy posting a 7-3 victory. Talk about how he wrestled the other day.
Kyle, I think you saw the new Kyle Murphy this past weekend. We were in a situation with injuries. He's been up at 197 first month of the season so far, weighing in at 184, bumping him up to 197. So he's giving up quite a bit of weight, and with being a true freshman, that's huge. So this was the first week that we made the transition and actually kept him down at 184. And you could see with his offense, he was able to get to his offense a little bit better, and he wrestled tough, and I'm excited for him. And moving forward here with the program, I believe Kyle Murphy will be our 184-pounder for the rest of the year, and Tyler Worthing will end up being our 97-pounder for the rest of the year.
At heavyweight, you had to bring Bruce Graber off the bench due to some illness to Bo Spiller. Bruce hangs out for a 4-3 win. Talk about him getting his first varsity win.
Bruce wrestled great, and it was one of those that Bo came to us on Friday with an illness, and so we were planning on redshirting Bruce all year. Well, obviously things changed, so I got a hold of Bruce after practice on Friday evening and let him know that we were going to be pulling him out of redshirt and he was going to be starting. And it was great to see him actually get out there, compete. Wrestle in a Big Ten team. First match as a true freshman. It's kind of nice to get that confidence going for him, and we'll see who's in the starting lineup for this coming weekend.
And you mentioned Willie Gerard. Willie was down 5-2 in the match at 125, and comes back and gets the win by fall in 325. You had to be really happy the way he was really aggressive out there in the last half of the match.
All year so far, Willie has improved every single match, and his work ethic is phenomenal. I was just talking with Coach Hughes this morning down in the weight room, how every day he's putting the time and the work in that is going to help him do well at this level. And every match, even the matches he's lost on a very minor mistake that cost him a point here and there. And so you can never count Willie out of the match, because he's going to wrestle hard for the full 7 minutes, and that's what we want out of our whole entire team.
This coming Saturday, the Huskies open up EWL action, hosting George Mason University. It's a 2 o'clock start here at the Nelson Fieldhouse. What do you know about the Patriots?
Patriots, they graduated a couple of their heavy hitters from last year, but their 141-pounder and their 149-pounder are both very solid. They've so far this year, over 80% of their matches have been by bonus points wins. So, but the other weights, I feel that on paper we're ready to win this. And even at 141 and 149, I still believe we can walk away with a win at those weights. But for the most part, up and down, they're not a team that's going to bring in 5-6 hammers this year. It's a couple, and we just got to make sure we win the matches that we're supposed to win, and battle hard in all 10 bouts, and good things are going to happen in all. So.
Now that we're done with kind of the Big Ten portion of our schedule, since we've wrestled a bunch of those guys, have you seen some progress from the guys from the time you hit the mat in October to now?
I've seen a ton of progress. Obviously, you're going to see probably more with it being 8-9 freshmen starting every match, that you're going to see progress. But on the same hand, with anybody wrestling the schedule that we wrestled up to this point, there's only 2 ways to go. You're going to keep improving, or you're going to mentally start to fall apart. And all our guys are still fighting hard and doing the right things. And it will be nice to get this match with George Mason finished up here on Saturday, and then we've been on a stretch here where we've been home for 4 or 5 weeks or whatever it's been. So it'll be nice to get the guys back on the road and compete compete away for once, just to mix it up, because whenever you're in the same routine of every week, making weight and wrestling here, it's great to wrestle in front of your home crowd and at home, because you're sleeping in your own bed, you're weighing in on your own scale and everything, but it's still it's a little bit of a mental break to get away and go wrestle somewhere else as well. So.
Well, again, the Huskies are back in action on Saturday afternoon. It's a 2 o'clock start against George Mason. It's the EWL opener. We hope to see a large crowd on hand and support the Huskies. And Coach, best of luck in the match.
Thank you.
And that's it for this week's edition of the Bloomsburg University Wrestling Report. We'll talk to you again next week.